Health and wellness are more than a destination. They are a process and a journey of personal choice. Come hear from people out in the field, doing the work, bringing health and wellness to many.
We are going to a new time. It seems crazy, the world right now, right? We can all say, wow, what's happening? This world is like not what I thought it was going to be. It's all for good, but it looks pretty bad right now. We're going to talk about that. So what do I mean by a new world? What do I mean? Well, it's a world that is very different. We are at a crossroads of change. This change we're going through is causing a very big leap in our consciousness. Now, people will say, what does that word mean? That's huge. Well, it means that what we saw before, you could say we were in the dark before. We were in a lot of darkness and somebody turned the light on. So it would be like if we turned this all the light off, we wouldn't see these books. We wouldn't be able to read maybe every little word, right? And then suddenly we just turn the light on, suddenly. Well, that's what we're all going through. And we're seeing our reality, the reality that we have created, which is kind of wild. So at first, when we all see this reality, we look around and we go, oh, he did that. Oh, they did that. Oh, no, this could not be. This is not possible. So we first go around, and that's what's happening. It's very noisy, but there will be a change coming that we will go to our hearts. So this is what we call in science entropy. It is a very big word. Entropy was termed by the Greeks. It means transformation, actually. When I looked it up, it said it's a complete change in appearance of the character of someone or something, especially to improve that something or someone, which I thought was very cool. So in a way, we're going to be much better versions of our current reality as humanity. But that's wild. But in the process, we are seeing all the demolition of the old. And remember, the old, we were attached to it a bit. There were things we liked about it. Not all, for sure not. But we have to make the change now to the new. And the new is not created yet. So we don't know exactly where we're going. And humans, when they don't know where they're going, they don't all like that. We like to be, familiar. So this is a big shift. Now, why did I title it Your Creator Matrix? You might be wondering. Well, we as human beings are actually not just made of a body. Okay, I know it looks real and all that, but what we're learning is that this body is mostly empty space. And what's in this body are dimensions of ourselves, like what Bryna was saying. We're getting to know ourselves. So what does that mean? Well, when we look up the word matrix, a matrix means a structure from which something originates. And so if you think of a structure as an interconnected web of circuitry that governs how we function on Earth, then you think of your creator matrix. And this is physical, which is like the car, okay? Spiritual, which is the energy coming in the car, emotional, and mental. That's often where we get stuck, the mental. So each of these planes of existence are all going through entropy, which means they're all breaking down. So all our old belief systems, everything we thought we once knew, it's not true. We might not believe it anymore. And this is kind of shocking to all of us because wow, I thought I believed that. And I thought I could count on them. Wow, I thought they weren't my friend. Oh, this is really getting interesting. So we're going through a huge shift on all of these levels. And I will say, as I was a labor and delivery nurse, this is what I've learned. We all are birthing our new selves, but each person is unique. So not everybody will have the same experience, nor will they have the same perception of it. And that's another problem we're having right now. But what I can say is our bodies are changing physically. They are lightening up. Our minds are changing, our way of thinking, our fears are leaving us. They're first showing up, but they're eventually going to leave us. deep fears that we've had for eons because we survived. Now we're going to go through a time where we don't need to survive all the time. So we're going to not need all those fears. We're not going to get stuck in all the emotions that are low frequency because we don't need to. And that's another thing that we're learning. Now, what's happening as all this is happening is you could say, how might I prepare? Like if I'm going to go to this big new world, how might I prepare? Well, my belief is the great accelerator of consciousness is self-reflection. Take that one in. Oh, it's not always easy. As we become more self-reflective, we begin to recognize the relationship between our inner world and the outer world. And the illusion is that we are the outer world, or that the outer world came first. That is not true. Everything in our outer world is a reflection of our inner world and has been created by us. That's wild, isn't it? Because we can't even imagine that. So we can start to think about that. What's showing up in our life? What storylines are they? Do I like them? Probably not sometimes, but they're messages. The storylines are just like, this is what your inner world is bringing. So we're starting to realize that connection. And I think having gratitude for the stories and all the people in our lives is step one. So if we can just realize there are no accidents, all of you, I mean, I've created it, right? You're all in my story. It's lovely. I like my story. Every aspect of my life, how we think, how we believe, our fears, our emotions, how we take care of ourselves, how we move, how we eat, how we love. All we love, I have to say that one twice, how we love, all govern what happens to us, including our health and wellness. Now, what I have come to understand is if we want wellness, if we want happiness, if we want the world we want, we need to be well. I need to be well. I need to be okay. And I can't do it for you. I can't make Brian okay. I can't make my husband okay. I've tried. That's very hard. I can't make Deborah. I can't make Pierre. Pierre and I go back. Thank you, Pierre, by the way. I just can't. We need to allow everyone their own space to make themselves okay. And to heal, to focus on, we need to focus on something that we want, right? Wellness is not like, I'm going to fix you, you're going to be well. No, it's not about that. Wellness is literally becoming whole. All those aspects of ourselves, becoming integrated, loving each aspect, and really working on them so that they become integrated and coherent. Now, I'm not going to get too much into the sciences, but I have to mention quantum physics here. Quantum physics teaches us, the quantum world is teaching us that we are all connected and that what we focus on, what I look at, gets bigger. What I talk about gets bigger. What I take action about gets bigger. So if you want something to change in your life, we have to, and I have to, all of us have to. We have to focus on it. If we're focusing on what we don't want, guess what's going to happen? That's going to get bigger. So think about what you're thinking all day long. And that's what quantum physics is telling us. We are energy. We have an energetic field. We are connected to a universal field, proven, by the way, scientifically now. We are connected to a field of light, each one of us. It is no doubt that there is a huge light that we can access, and we can call it source, we can call it God, we can call it universal field, we can call it whatever we want. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we are fractal forms of it. So I look at it like staying connected. It's like a battery source. If you take an apple from a tree, what happens after a while? Just a couple days, it starts to degrade. That's why apples who have been sitting in the warehouse for weeks and weeks are not serving us very well right now. But they start to degrade. So if you do not connect to your field, which is your powerhouse, you will also not have the power you could have. And that is also what quantum physics is showing us. But we have other scientists, so it's just the beginning. Epigenetics, neuroscience, glycoscience, all these new sciences are so incredible. And what they're showing us is how our creator matrix should work, if it's working optimally. So that's cool, because when our creator matrix is functioning amazing, guess what? We feel great. We don't have any trouble every day. We have no problems in relationships. We get along. It's like flow. It's like smooth. We're happy. You know, days like that. And then, you know, other days where you're like, Okay, I had one of those a couple hours ago. But we know we're human, right? We're human and we can laugh about it, but it is true. So this book can help you, and I give it from my heart to help us understand, humanity understand healing and wellness in a whole new way, and that we cannot be healthy and well if our cells are not healthy and well. And what we're realizing is that our cells are not linear. It's not a physical thing, actually. It's just one part of it. And that's the illusion. Cells are multidimensional. They exist on all those dimensions. You talk to your cells every day. Isn't that amazing? So we are multidimensional human beings. Our creator matrix is how we function. And what I ask you today is, I wish for you that you, whatever inspires you, you share with another. Because I believe that's how we make the world better, is that each of us does our part. You live the example by cleaning up your wounds and working on your emotional state and helping others, being there to listen to others as they're going through their process. Now, I want to say that take with you on your journey what you feel will help you, and realize that we are rebuilding, co-creating, and ultimately realizing that we create our reality more than we ever realize. We are very powerful. So I thank you, and I want to shout out one last time to my students and graduates who took the 6-month course, who changed their life and are changing others. And I also want to say, I invite you to become part of my matrix and my co-creation. Thank you.